Hi, my name is Romojit and welcome to our fifth video on SSM lab preparedness. In our last video, we have installed and configured SQL Server, update our SQL instance, then install and configured our report server step by step. Based on this flow, in this video, I will show you how to install and configure Windows Server Update Services role on our primary site server. Also, we can install WSUS role on a remote server if you want. But in our lab setup, we will keep this a simple setup with all the required site servers role. Before starting the WSUS role installation, I want to share you what is WSUS and how we can integrate WSUS with SSM. Back in the year, Windows Server administrators used WSUS to fully manage the distribution of updates that are released through Microsoft Update to computers on their network. After this, Microsoft releases SSM and design it so WSUS can integrate it with it. With WSUS, administrators don't have the flexibility to stop the deployments and they have to approve the patches from the WSUS console each month before patching or whenever needed. But with SSM, administrators can disable the deployments at any time or have the ability to define automatic deployments rule to approve the patches automatically. In this picture, you can see there is an upstream WSUS server that connects with Microsoft to fetch the updates metadata to our local environment. The environment designed in 3 different zones and all of the zones are having 1 or 2 downstream servers with their database. Though WSUS can support up to 100k clients per server, also it is recommended to split it into 2 to 4 servers per region for redundancy purpose. If any WSUS server goes down, then it will not affect immediately, or if the clients switch to a different WSUS server, then we can ensure it has enough pool cache to deliver the data to requested clients. To avoid this type of scan stroke, it is also recommended to share the same database with all the regions. Once an upstream server completes sync with Microsoft, it will notify all its downstream servers to replicate the contents on the downstream database to stay up to date. To integrate WSUS with SSM, we need to install software update point role in our SSM environment. WSUS is the backend to fetch the metadata of the updates using SUB. Now, to install WSUS, go to Server Manager dashboard, add roles and features, click on Next. Next. Select Windows Server Update Services from Server Roles, add features, and then Next. Click on Next. On Role Services tab, we will choose SQL Server Connectivity instead of Windows Internal Database Connectivity to store our WSUS database. Next. Specify the updates store path here. In our case, it is F drive. I have created a WSUS folder under it. Copy the path and paste it here. Next. Specify the database server's FQDN name here. If you have already customized the database instance name, then specify the instance name as well. Check connection. Successfully connected. Next. Next. Leave the default selection and click on Next. Verify the summary and click on install. To continue. It will take some time to install the role. Once it is completed, we need to perform some post installation task here. In post installation task, it will create the searchdb database. Also, it will run the database script in the backend. So let's wait for some time to complete the installation. Alright, our WSUS role installed successfully. Let's launch the post installation task to configure the database. Click on launch post installation task here, and it will run the backend script. Now we can find the log file under user profile, app data, local, temp directory with the timestamp. Let me open. To enable the hidden files view, click on option, change settings, view, show hidden files, and click on apply. App data, local, temp, WSUS post installation. Let's wait to complete the configuration. Let me check whether it is completed or not. Okay. Alright, if we take a look on the log file, we will get some important notes here, like the content directory, then creating update service packages and WSUS content share folders. And then stop WSUS and IIS services. Then configuring searchdb database. Then it will run the DB scripts on the backend to create the database. Then you can see the install type, as it is a fresh installation, hence it is showing as fresh. If you upgrade the database, then it will show as upgrade here. Then it is creating the tables. Then we can see starting WSUS and IIS services with command line install succeed. Then importing tables and etc. And at the last you can see post install completed message. Now let's move to our database server. Open SSMS to connect the console. Click on connect. Expand databases. SearchDB database has created. Go to database properties. On Files tab, you can see the database MDF and LDF file locations. Open File Explorer. Go to E, MS SQL, Data. See the SearchDB MDF file is here. Also for log file, F, MS SQL, logs, SearchDB log. Alright, now move to our primary site server, as we need to configure some important things in our IIS. Open IIS Manager. Expand server name. Sites. Here you will see one site with name WSUS administration has created automatically at the time of installation. Also, if we check the application pool, we can see there will be one more pool created named WSUS pool. Now we will configure the WSUS pool from advanced option. It is recommended by Microsoft to increase the queue length to 2000 and private memory limit to 4 times of the default value to overcome scan storms. Although a single WSUS can support over 100k clients at a time, but it is recommended to configure to 4 servers sharing the same database. In our lab, we will keep the private memory to 2 times, approx 3 GB. So our WSUS pool cache has the enough memory to respond the client request. Click on OK. Now stop and start the pool. Okay. I will recycle the pool for once, so it releases the cache data. Next, let's open WSUS console. I want to show you something here. Administrative services, Windows Server Update Service. Look, it is prompting to configure our WSUS server, but we will not configure WSUS from here. Just click on next, then next again, and close the console here by clicking on cancel. We will configure schedule upstream server details, products and categories types from software update point console in a later video. So in that video we can see what are the products and categories we choose in that case to update our environment. Alright, that should cover, I think, what I want to cover on today. We will do future video on how to install SCCM on our primary server, step-by-step guide. Please feel free to comment and share your questions if you like the video. Thank you. See you next. Bye.